Welcome to I Jump Instead. Welcome to this daily 30-minute rebounder workout on this beautiful Sunday morning. So glad to have you back in class with us. And it is time to jump instead and bring health and flexibility and strength into our bodies. I'm on my beautiful Jump Sport 350 Pro here today. This is such a nice rebounder, and so I'm excited to jump on this rebounder today. I do like to say in class that, or at the beginning of some of my classes, that it's nice to have a variety of rebounders just so that we can get the full experience that rebounding has to offer. And the Jump Sport 350 Pro is such a good quality rebounder that really is built to last. My other favorite rebounder is the Cellar Sizer rebounder. There are a lot of rebounders on the market though that will be really good for you. And so if you're looking to add an additional rebounder to your family, this rebounder right here is excellent. And so it's in the description box below, but we also like the 550 Pro Jump Sport because it's a little bit roomier and a little bit of a softer bounce. I could tell you all about all the rebounders. That's for another video. If you do have any specific questions, because you're looking for a new rebounder or a second rebounder, if you want, you can comment below and say, okay, I have this rebounder and it has this type of bounce. So I'm looking for something that will give me a different bounce. So if you have a soft bounce, maybe we can get you a rebounder that has a firmer bounce, or if you have a firmer bounce and you're looking for a softer bounce, both will give you a whole different experience when you're jumping. And so it's good to have both, and it really opens up your eyes to what's possible when you jump instead. And so let's go ahead and get started with this class. I'm gonna grab my timer. I've got my windows open today. Since it's cloudy, I don't think any sun rays will be coming through, but it's such a beautiful fall day. And so I want to see outside while we jump. I hope that you have a view as well. And then you can gaze outside every now and again. And so I'm going to actually move my camera up. Excuse me for just 1 second. There we have it. And now I am nice and centered in the shot. And so you can see me completely. Okay. So yeah, it's nice to have a view outside. I always watch a lot of stuff on like podcasts and stuff. And I was watching this one that was talking about eye health, and it was saying the reason why we sometimes don't have the best eye health is because we often find ourselves in closed environments. And so our eyes start to get nearsighted just by being indoors too much. And so we want to, at the very least, look out our windows to expand our eyes so that we can start to, work on our far-sighted, looking in the distance. And then it's obviously good to get outside and even spend 5 minutes just looking out into as far of a distance as we possibly can. So with that being said, let's get started by closing our mouths, and we're going to be nose breathing. And I like to stay nice and relaxed and really work with my bounce speed. No matter your bounce speed, work with it, because the up and down is the massage. You're getting massaged. It's like somebody's pushing into your body. And if your body works with your bounce, you get the most out of your massage. So I like to go ahead and lift my chest up and feel a stretch immediately in my back just by putting myself in a really good posture. Just like when you wake up and you want to, you just stand up tall. You actually can do that. Let's do that all together. Let's go ahead and just reach our arms up, and you're welcome to also put one hand on your handlebar and just reach and feel your back just lengthening, right? And then when you come out of the flex, just breathe slowly and come out of that flex slowly. And now let's go ahead and do some humming just to practice lengthening our breath. So we're going to inhale, keep the mouth closed, teeth together, and hum. One more time. Whose teeth were chattering? So when we have our teeth together, our mouth is in good posture. We don't want to clench our teeth. We just want to find that our lips are together and our mouth is in good posture. While we go through these stretches, let's go ahead and start with Tai Chi twists. So our hand is loose here. It slides along our handlebar so that we can stand in perfect form and poise right up the center of our mat. Guide with your arm behind you. And also look forward and gaze over your shoulder. And then do you feel that knee stretch? So when you're just gently twisted, your knee is in a twist. And you're bouncing gently. And so bend those knees if that helps you to just feel a little looser. Excellent. Come back to center and let's lift up. We can do one hand at a time as well. Lift up and down. And we'll switch arms. Lift up and down. You're welcome to do both arms at the same time. One more time. Lift up. Feel the stretch through your forearms and your wrists and shoulders and down. One more time. Up and down. Excellent. Let's put our hands together. And this time we like to do wrist circles. I want us to hold here like we're wings. We have like we're making a shadow on the wall. And we want to have that bird on the wall. Just hold here with the wrists connected. And then rotate around. And when you find a spot that's a little bit, tight in need of stretching, which we all have, let's just go ahead and slow down in those positions. And then bring the wrists back together. Hold here. And then rotate down. Play the piano as you come around. And then prayer position here. And then let's rotate the prayer forward and back. And forward and back. Excellent. And now let's put our hands on our waist. And I'm hoping that you can do these gentle movements without one hand on the handlebar, just so that you can get the added benefit of connecting your hands together. If you need to, you can always stop bouncing so that you can do these movements with both hands off of the handlebar, because they really do, it helps to have the connection here, because then you're putting resistance against your joints and also just having this easy momentum with the stability. So let's go ahead and put our hands on our waist. You're welcome here to take one hand off the handlebar. If you can do both hands, let's hold both hands here. So much can happen by just holding your waist. And you also can lower your position and notice the different stretch happening in your wrists. And then you also can turn your hands and have your thumb forward and your hand back. And so now you're pushing, you don't have to push too tight, just be gentle, because it goes very deep into the wrists. And all these different positions will help you. And then if you do find yourself holding firm in your arms, you can get a nice stretch in your shoulders, and you'll feel where there's pain and there's a little bit of tightness. And it's okay to work through that tightness. Keep your breath nice and calm. And so then the energy can move through. Perfect. Let's go ahead and put our hands back on our handlebar and do a little front back, lower back loosening. And then also, are we feeling a nice lengthening in the core? The bobbing is happening through the heels. Excellent. And then let's twist side to side. So one hand on the handlebar, you can twist your elbow back and forth. So my elbow's bent 90 degrees, or I should say side to side, back and forth is the same. You can also do both arms at the same time, keeping that mouth posture and that poise, and then connecting to your flexibility. Let's go ahead and switch sides if you're doing one side at a time. Excellent. Let's go ahead and take one hand and put it on the shoulder, and then we're going to do some shoulder rotations. If you're doing both hands with me, I want you to do swimming forward. Excellent. If you're doing one arm with me, let's go ahead and switch. Now let's all do swimming back. So go ahead and flip back with this arm if you're doing one arm at a time. Feel that stretching happening all the way down into your lower back. And let's go ahead and switch sides. Excellent. And then if you can, you may have to stop bouncing, but take both elbows and pull them forward, and you can hold if you're bouncing here, just hold here. Excellent. And you also can stop and hold open your chest. Be very gentle here. When you stretch deeply into your arched back, we just got to make sure we're holding a strong core, and then relax and drop. Let's go ahead and stop bouncing and just do some side to side. Rainbows, up we go on the toes in the middle. Stretch into those hips. Feel your toes stretching, your ankles stretching side to side. Keeping your breath nice and calm. Ooh, it feels so good. And we really can come up on those toes and really stretch through our ankles. Excellent. And then let's bounce. Point those toes outward and have a little glute squeeze happening here for some nice activation. We're also activating in the hamstrings. Perfect. And then go ahead and release, and let's start to walk into our mats. So we're strengthening the knees here. Be very gentle. If you have any strengthening that you're looking to do in a knee or both of your knees, just keep it relaxed, keep your mind calm, and stay present in your knees as you gently push into your rebounder. If you're looking for more intensity, you're always welcome to pick up the pace. You can pick up your feet. You can keep your feet lower and your upper body lower, and you can push back and forth at a faster pace. And then let's point the feet outward, strengthening into the inner knees and the outer knees. All the way down to the heels, working through the backs of the legs. Take it slow and easy. If you need to favor a knee, you need to favor a knee. That's what we're here to do, is build our bodies up. I listened to a podcast. Let's go ahead and come back to parallel, and then we're going to do slight pigeon toe. I listened to a podcast that said if you have an injury, then you have to work the surrounding joints, which means we are still moving, still getting blood flow and nourishment to the surrounding areas, which is helping to heal the injury. So we're here to work around it and notice that the injury heals, and then we can resume, normal daily classes pain-free. Let's come back to parallel for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring yourself back up to a nice, easy baby bounce. Excellent. Let's do some strengthening exercises. And so at the very easiest, we would just keep baby bouncing here. You're welcome to bring up the bounce a little bit. Otherwise, if you want more intensity, then I want you to come into a jog with me. And you could do an easy low jog still, and you can also do a high jog, and you can go faster. What I want us to do is all just work at our own desired intensity with our mouth closed. And let's hold our right arm out. So we're just gonna hold here. We're gonna notice that our arm is working up and down with our bounce. Now, if you're jogging and you're still looking for more intensity, then hold both arms out. So this would be at the most intense. Otherwise, just easy breezy here. Keep that arm up. If you need a break, you can go ahead and drop it at any time. Otherwise, hold with me here. We've got 25 more seconds. Stay relaxed. Let the activation flow in and out. And you're also welcome to work into jogging and then switch back to health bounce if you're just looking for a little bit more intensity. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to go ahead and switch arms. So if you have been holding out with both arms, you're welcome to reach into a different position just so that your arms don't start to fall off, your shoulders don't get too activated. Otherwise, just hold out here with me. Let your arm bob up and down. Let the activation work into your deltoid here. And if you want to test yourself, you could come back to this same position and keep holding. In some of our earlier trophy body training programs that we offer on our website, ijumpinstead.com, we did 5-minute segments of swimming, and so our shoulders were up and being activated for 5 minutes straight. And so 2 minutes is nothing if you are looking to get into more intense workouts that you could go at your own pace. 3, 2, 1, and drop. Excellent. We're also going to do an arm flex with our hands on our waist here. So one arm at a time or both arms at a time. If you're at the most intensity, you're holding here. And what I want you to do is feel every down bounce pulling on your arm muscles. So yeah, those trophy body training programs are really fun because those were our original workouts that we launched, and we give you 12 workouts for $30, and 6 of them are level 1, 6 of them are level 2, and they are a Sunday or a Monday through Saturday format, and they're about 30 minutes long. And once you buy the program, you own the workouts for life. So you could do the workouts for 6 weeks, and then you could keep doing them. You could take a break, and then you could revisit them again. We have members. 3, 2, 1, let's go ahead and switch. If you're here and you're still holding with both arms, keep going. 1 more minute. Feel that flex. Feel the contractions in your arms. We have, I'm going to say members, but members of I Jump Instead on Facebook to this day who have purchased those programs years ago and still jump into those classes because they know them so well. They're so familiar with those classes, so they know exactly what they're getting. They jump in, they get a 30-minute workout at their desired level, level 1 or level 2, and then they're good to go. That's just a great option because it's only a one-time purchase of $30. And then we do offer membership classes that run monthly, which is $24, $4.99 a month, but those are brand new workouts every day, so the dialogue is different every day, and we're giving you our current strategies for building your best trophy body. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Let's go ahead and just take a rest here. If you can twist with me, I want you to twist. Otherwise, I want you to do some easy hip twisting. So this would be just easy breezy. Point the knees out, dig into those hips. Otherwise, I want you to twist and keep your lower back loose. Swing your arms behind you. And just let your breathing rate come down. If you've been going pretty easy, then you're feeling good here. Then just relax with me while you twist, opening up your lats. And use your obliques to guide you. And let's go ahead and switch arms. So you can be also just doing some easy hip twisting here. And at the most intense, you could be going at a faster twisting pace. Excellent. 3, 2, 1. Let's do some squatting. Squatting is so good for our everyday lives. So I want us to just do squats at our desired intensity. And so whether that's just easy, breezy, handlebar assisted squats, which are my favorite. I like to take a little pressure off my knees. And then I'd like to be present and in my nose breathing, staying calm and trying to breathe a little bit less, a little bit calmer. And you're also welcome at the most advanced to throw a little hop into your squats. And then you need to stay in your breath management. Beautiful. And then at any point, take a little break and just give yourself a little recovery so you can keep your heart rate down. Make sure that jaw is closed. Sometimes our jaw opens, even though our lips are still closed and we're still nose breathing. So consciously make sure that you're keeping that jaw closed. You don't have to put your teeth together. Just keep your lips tight together. Let's go ahead and continue on with squatting. We've got 45 more seconds. Just get yourself in the motion of the up and down. So your knees are just getting loose and you're working your symmetry. Feel the bottoms of your feet really connected to your mat, working evenly up through both of your legs. And then also feel your glutes coming into play. and then take breaks. 15 more seconds. It's fun sometimes to just throw in a little hop, but it really cranks the heart rate up. We got 7 more seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and relax. If your heart rate is low, or if your heart rate's high and you want to jump right into this next move, point your feet out and give me a glute squeeze. You can still do this move while lowering your heart rate. And just feel your heels digging into your resistance mat, translating up to contracting in your glutes. Keep your breath calm. And if you need a break, just release your glutes. You can always just, walk it out and then get back to pointing your feet out, grabbing your glute squeeze and holding. We got 20 more seconds. For 1 minute, we're going to do some easy jumping jacks. If you want to do some hopping with me. Otherwise, you can do one arm at a time. 3, 2, 1. So if we can hop together and let go of the handlebar, let's do that. We also can hop with one hand on the handlebar. I'll cue you at the 30-second mark. And also you can keep your feet connected and you do not have to hop back and forth. So just raise the roof here. Push your hand up with your flat palm up to the ceiling. And if you're doing both arms, feel those shoulders activating. We've got 30 more seconds. So let's go ahead and switch hands. If you're doing one hand at a time, stay in control of your breath. See if you can breathe lighter. I like to breathe in the lower diaphragm. So exhaling comfortably, most of the air out, and then breathing in the lower diaphragm. 3, let's go ahead and do tricep extensions now. So if you're hopping with me with both arms, tricep extensions, just like this, connecting to your tricep lengthening. If we're doing one arm at a time, then you can do the hopping or just keep your feet connected. And I want you to just work through your tricep muscles. So it helps to pull your arm in tight to your side so that you have that stability, and then you're able to grab a little squeeze in your tricep. Perfect. 3, 2, 1, and switch. Excellent. Or you're doing both still. And what we want you to do is feel more and more balanced and stable in these movements so that you can really start to dial into the contraction happening at the bottom of the bounce. There's a sense of an internal squeezing that will help you with stability. Good form, of course. Excellent. I know I said 1 minute of jumping jacks, but I want us to do 1 more minute. So if you're here, then hold nice and tall in your posture. And if you're here, hold nice and tall in your posture. And if you're not moving your legs back and forth, just keep working it through your shoulders. Feel like there's a 5-pound ball in your hand. Can you feel that? Push slowly through the air. Keep your breath as quiet as possible. Let's go ahead and switch arms. You know how if you were playing hide and seek, or your kids are playing hide and seek and they try to be as quiet as possible with their breath? I kind of want you to try that. 5 more seconds. We're going to do triceps again. 3, 2, 1. So back down to triceps. Quiet breath. Still breath. When you need air, take it and then get back to still. Four, 3, 2, 1, and switch. Excellent job being nice and quiet. 10 more seconds and we're going to come to a seat on our rebounders. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Take one good breath and come to a seat, and let's do our nice poised. I love how Stephanie talks about practicing good posture, and because of her, I'm starting to realize why I chronically cross my legs. And so let's go ahead and I can chit chat with you while we're all working here. So rolling side to side. When you roll, your hip comes up and then you open up your shoulder, stretching into your chest and your back. And I also want you to gaze over your arm very elegantly, long poised neck. And keep your neck nice and stable. So I questioned myself, why am I crossing my legs so much? And even in my friend's living room where he has a coffee table, I find myself chronically wanting to put my feet up onto the lower part of the coffee table. Let's do our sit-ups now. So we're just gonna lean back and up and do sit-ups. Now, you as a more advanced rebounder trampolinist, you're welcome to take these sit-ups to the level that you desire because you know how to incorporate bouncing. Bouncing just really puts that extra, resistance against our back, but because we are in a very vulnerable position by being more hunched as we do our crunches, our sit-ups, we just want to make sure that we work our way up to adding bouncing to the movement. But otherwise, I like to just do my sit-ups and hold my handlebar and practice strengthening my abs, which I otherwise wouldn't be doing. And so I'm here to do it and to get it done. And then I also obviously can start to intensify the movement by lifting my legs up, whether it's just one leg lift at a time or just both legs, just easy little lift. And then I could start to incorporate crunching. Now I don't even have to go all the way back. And just make it so it's like you can work in an endurance, so you can keep going for the next minute and a half without taking too many breaks. So instead of working hard, easy, just work, moderate, easy. So yeah, I feel like what's happening when I'm chronically crossing my leg or pulling my feet up to a higher position is because I am not, it feels easier on my core to cross my leg or to lift my feet up. And therefore, I'm not taking the opportunity to challenge my core muscles. And I have always, I don't have a curved lower back. So when I'm laying flat and I sit up, I don't have this easy curved back that just can lift up. I have a flat back, so it feels like when I lean back like this, it kind of goes clunk because my back is so flat. So that's affected my core strength. And so now I'm just challenging myself when I am sitting in a chair to not cross my legs and to not lift my feet up and have my core working less, rather working at least in sitting posture with my feet on the ground. So that's my new goal. And I like that Stephanie brings into class the awareness of having good posture when you are sitting at a table, or a desk, let's go 15 more seconds, whether we're working or sitting at a table eating, just to have excellent posture. 7 more seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So let's all just bounce gently together. You can put your hands here to support you. You can have your hands up here to support you. If you want more intensity, you're welcome to bounce with me. Here, you can also bounce with your hands on the mat next to you and hold for 15, 14. You can drop a foot. You can just sit like this. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. I hope you have a rebounder pillow. If not, go ahead and pause the video and grab a pillow. We're gonna do some laying down really quick. I've got my rebounder pillow here, and I'm gonna put it next to my handlebar, and then I'm going to lay down on my rebounder so that I'm right next, side by side with my handlebar. I'm gonna put my back right into the middle of the mat, and I'm gonna lift my feet up. You've been in this class before, you know what your options are. You can lean your legs into your handlebar, invert, and relax. If you wanna use the last bit of this workout to get your abs a little bit more, you're welcome to do toe touches here, where you can extend your legs and use your core. You also can lift your head off of your pillow, and you don't have to have a pillow. You could just hold your head and let go and do intervals with neck and under chin strengthening. You can do leg swimming, where you extend your legs out and swim in the air. Excellent core training. And then you can also bounce. Bouncing is just a little momentum that you can get going, and then the rebounder will take over from there, and then you can consciously bring your back and your belly button flat into your mat to really activate your abs. And then you can start to play around with your feet positioning so that you can add leverage to your core in new ways to intensify the activation and to work your ab muscles in a more complete, efficient way. Neck gets tired, I drop into my pillow, and then I lift back up. We've got 30 more seconds, and then class is over. And you don't have to be doing anything right now, too. You could just be relaxing. 15 seconds. This is a wonderful opportunity for all of us. 10, 5, 3, 1. Wonderful. You're welcome to stay here. Meditation, inversions are both phenomenal. I just opened up a good book that inspired me to meditate. I don't really know how to meditate. I've never really been good at it. I've always resisted it because I don't know if my mind is too busy. I need more. Maybe I need guided meditation. Whatever the case may be, focusing on our breath is a good start. And what I did the other day was I went outside on my back porch, and I have a view of a cross street, and it was early in the morning, and so I just watched the cars come up and trigger the light sensor, and then it would go green and the car would pass, and then it would change, and then a car would come and go that way, and then it was just so efficiently flowing because the light sensors are really fast, and so it'd just be like red, yellow, and then green, red, yellow, green, and I was just watching how it all functioned so easily and effortlessly, and I just sat there and felt like I was meditating. I was like, hey, you know what? If this is the best that I can do, I'm gonna do it. And then I'll tell you a brief story. I went out there this morning and did the same thing. And I thought, well, I wonder if I'm gonna get bored with just looking at these cross streets and these lights turning red and green. And lucky for me, this morning was a little bit of a breezy day. And so I got to look up and see the trees moving, and it was giving me new things to, focus on. And there were two trees that were moving beautifully. And I was like, oh, it's like they're dancing. And then I was like, you know what? They're very flexible. this is really cool. I'm noticing they're very flexible. It kind of made me think of the Space Needle in Seattle, Washington, which is the major city across the lake from where I live. And the Space Needle was built to be very flexible as well, because there can be wind in Seattle, and if the Space Needle was designed to be flexible so that it would stand stronger. And so I remember, because my mom worked there for 17 years, the Space Needle would have a little sway when there would be wind. And I was always fascinated by, how do they build the Space Needle to be flexible, right? And so I still don't know the mechanics of it, but when I was looking at these trees being flexible, I was wondering and asking myself, what is it in the tree that makes it so flexible? And I couldn't help but compare it to, well, when wood isn't flexible, it's pretty dry, right? Like the wood that builds the foundation of buildings in our home. And so I thought, well, maybe it's the moisture in the tree that makes it flexible. And so then I was like, wow, so if there's moisture in the tree and that makes it flexible, does that mean that as humans, we are more flexible the more moisturized we are? And so then I thought, okay, well, how does moisture move through the body? And I researched it, and it moves through the blood. And so with bouncing and with jumping instead being such an efficient way to pump and circulate the blood through the body, that in itself makes us more flexible than if we were to not bounce, which is why, you know, someone like Barbara O'Neill and others will say that the second you stop bouncing is when the second you start to get stiffer and stiffer and older and older. So at the very least, I love the idea that just bouncing, just jumping instead, is bringing incredible health and flexibility to our bodies. And then to take it one step further, it's really good to be aware of our hydration levels through water and food. And so I like to focus on keeping my urine light in color, or lighter in color than dark, and also to eat hydrating foods. And so carbohydrates are hydrating in themselves, because hydrate is connected to the word. So can include carbohydrates in your diet if they work for you. I know that some of us don't eat carbohydrates for health reasons, and so if you don't, then get your carbohydrates through your low sugar produce like vegetables, and just get that hydration in through your food as well as through water, because I think we don't think about how hydration can come into our bodies through our food. We think more about fiber, and we think more about the nutrition in our food, but we really can get hydration in our food. One of the foods I've really enjoyed, which has helped me with weight loss in the past, is iceberg lettuce. And I know a lot of people reached out and said there is no nutritional value in iceberg lettuce. Well, there is hydration in iceberg lettuce, and hydration being such a huge component of health had me eating a lot of iceberg lettuce and having incredible results because of it. So I sometimes think that just the addition of iceberg lettuce in someone's diet could make a huge change and shift in digestion and in potentially losing body fat. And so let's stay on top of our hydration. I like to keep a gallon with me, and I like to drink up to a gallon, but I do move a lot through the day. But I think on average we need to be drinking about 3 liters. And then let's see what happens by adding hydrating foods into our diet, and then we can be as flexible as the beautiful trees that are blowing in the wind with such health and such poise. All right, trophies, thanks so much for being in this class, and thanks for hanging out with me for the rest of this little end spiel. Please give the video a like if you like the video, and also put a little tree emoji in the comment section for me if you made it to the end of this class and you got to hear my tree story. So there's lots of little trees down in the comments, and you are welcome to comment and let me know if anything, you know, resonated with you, or if you have anything more to say about what I talked about at the end of class today. Okay, trophies, since we go live 6 days a week, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a fantastic rest of your trophy day. Take care. Lots of love. Bye-bye.